Okay, so it's working. All right. Hello, people. Hi there. How's it going? This is day three of your 5-day transformational course. I welcome you once again, and I hope you are committed and are focused to changing your own lives. Because on day one, we have learned that it's only us who can change our lives, right? So today we are going to start off with video, a short video. I would just like to just reiterate one thing. Please keep your book and your pen ready, and let me share the video with you right now.
I like being you, said the reflection in the mirror. To me, you are perfectly perfect. I blushed. Me? Yes, you. And by the way, you have wonderful eyes. I blinked, astonished. I do? Absolutely. They sparkle like stars on the darkest of nights. I gazed downward. Thank you. Your eyes sparkle too. Sweet of you to say. You have a marvelous voice. I gently whispered. You really think so? Of course. You sound as joyous as a songbird, whistling in the trees. And you have a magnificent smile. I sheepishly groaned. Well, Mama always says, start every day with a smile. I agree. Your smile is as bright and cheerful as the sun in the sky. And you are quite smart. I took a step towards the mirror. I do try very hard. You sure do. You're as brilliant as a rocket scientist. I like that you are friendly. I leaned in closer. It's very important to be nice, you know. It sure is. You're as peaceful as a butterfly. And you have a lot of courage. I raised my head high. I auditioned for the school play today. Outstanding. You're as brave as a lion. You're a fantastic dancer. I spread my arms wide. Watch how fast they can twirl. Around and around I went. Amazing. You're as graceful as a dolphin, gliding through the sea. I plopped on the ground, giggling as they playfully spun around. And you have a terrific laugh. Thank you very much. Your chuckle fills the air with bubbly joy. But most of all, I like your heart. Your kindness is as beautiful as a rainbow. I stood up and walked towards the mirror. To me, you are perfectly perfect. I gently pressed my hands against the glass. I like being you. We smiled in unison. I like being you too. I want to be you forever.
Okay, so I have not. Okay. Uh, how was that small short clip? I think it was super interesting. All right, I am going to dive right into our topic. So you have your pens and book ready. So let's dive right into the topic. Today we are going to talk all about self-love, because that is a root cause of so much of misery. Okay, all right. What I want you to do right now is just imagine, or better would be if you were to walk up to your mirror, look right into your eyes, and tell yourself, I love you. I want you to write down the emotions that come up to you when you do that. Are you able to look into your eyes? Are you able to look right back into your eyes? Are you able to feel the love, that you're worthy of love? Are you able to feel that? What exactly comes up to you? Just do it. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Time. Okay, so I'm going to keep a timer and I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I want you to write down what happens when you walk up to the mirror, look right into your eyes, and say, I love you. Okay, I think you have had time to write down what you feel. We will move ahead. Okay. What are your thoughts about yourself being worthy? What do you think about yourself? Do you always play the blame game of, my hair is not right, my skin is not good, I'm not capable of doing things, I don't remember things, I'm not lovable, I don't look pretty, I'm not rich? Do you play the blame game, this blame game, or do you look right into your eyes and adore the person that you are? Do you like the fact that you're still standing strong after going through all that you have, in the past? Are you somebody who feels strong at your core? Time to think about all these things in depth. Okay. I get a little carried away every time I talk about self love because this has been a wild journey for me. I I'll tell you my story, but anyways, before I do that, I will tell you something about, why we don't feel loved. So many of us have childhood issues, childhood traumas, wherein people did not see our worth, or where people did not teach us how to love ourselves. And when we grew up, we ended seeing ourselves from their eyes. Yeah. Or so, like I said, we could have childhood issues, we could have rejections in love when we were growing up, or in our adult life, or we could have taken, some other person's perspective about us, maybe a boss or a friend who thought that we were not good enough, and we would have made it our own. We would have a subconscious pattern wherein we think we are not good enough, and which is definitely not the case. each one of us, with whatever hair we have, with whatever skin we have, with whatever qualification we have, with whatever we have gone through in our lives, we are all worth it. We are all worth just by the virtue that we are born, and we don't need to prove it to anybody. All right. So, yeah, I told you that I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. So, wait, let me just stop sharing, okay? Just a sec, okay? So, when I was growing up, um, I lost my mom when I was 10 years old, and then I grew up in hostels, and I was away from my home. So I really craved for stability, for a home environment. You know, emotionally, I was always up and down. Added to that was the fact that I considered myself ugly, not even not presentable. I considered myself ugly, downright ugly. So I was a superb student. I was very good with most of the things that I touched. This is not to hoot my own horns, but I mean honestly, that was the truth. I was good with my studies. I was good with um, the physical activities. I was good with elocutions, and I was the head girl of one of the most prestigious schools where I was studying. I was studying in Trivandrum. I did my last 4 years of my schooling in Trivandrum, and it was one of the most prestigious schools, the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, and I was the head girl of the school. So all these things were in my favor. My academics, my physical activity. With regards to sports and games and elocution, I was a state champion for elocution. However, I considered myself to be downright ugly. And if somebody walked up to me and said that, you are good, or, you know, just appreciated me just in general, I just could not take a compliment. I just could not. So outwardly, there was this confident person who, took the mic and who was like a rock star with a mic. But inwardly, I had a lot of emotions that I was going through. Um, so I'll show you a picture of me giving a speech, I think, when I was in 12th and I was the head girl. And I'll just show you that picture. And you'll, okay, so this is still a little embarrassing, but I'm proud of myself right now, so that's perfectly fine. Here, so this is me. This is me giving a speech. I don't really remember the occasion, and this is the principal, this is Mama teacher. I remember this is the trustee of the school, and all I could notice back then is the fact that the skinny, ugly, thin girl. That's all that I could notice. I could not see myself for the person that I was. See, now if I were to look back at this girl, I, in the maturity that I have right now, this girl had tremendous fire within her to be successful. This girl had tremendous potential, and she proved it time and again with the emotional traumas that happened to her. She stood still. She was rock steady. She's gone through things which has been difficult, and she's come out of it in a very gracious, in a very bold and strong way. Uh, at this, you know, where I am right now, all I want to tell this girl is that I love you and you're amazing, however you are. But at that point of time, I think I was one of my worst critics. And all the anger or all the emotional turmoil that was within me, I used to spew it on others. Not that I was a bad person, it's just that if somebody complimented me, I could just never take it. I was hypersensitive. Even if somebody said Oh, there's a stick behind you. I would have ended up thinking that they are referring to me as stick. But I was super sensitive, super, super sensitive. I don't know how many of you can relate with this, but I just wanted to tell you my story because, of course, that's how you share and you grow. This is me during my college days. Uh, yeah, this is me during my college days, and this is me now. This is me now. So I have not put this, photos just to show the difference in physicality. What I wanted to bring to your notice is that the fire that was within me. I'm actually very proud of the person that I am, and I don't mean it in a vanity kind of a way, like, oh, I'm no, I not at all. I mean it in a very genuine kind of a way. I'm very proud of the person that I am, of all the things that I've gone through, of all the flaws that are within me. I'm not perfect, but I just love myself. And the reason why I shared this with you is because, see, this is my story. You could have your own story, right? However, we are all worthy of self love. And if you don't have self love, if you do not love yourself, if you do not respect yourself, trust me, you're going to teach the same thing to others. You know the reason why people look for validation? They ask other people, do I look good? Am I this? Am I that? Validation, external validation. Why does that happen? It's only and only because we don't love ourselves enough. Please make points wherever you feel something is ringing, a bell within you. With all the flaws that we have, with all the things that we've gone through, with all the things that we've done, it's not necessary that we've been correct all our lives. But that's the learning path, that's the learning curve. And you always learn from your mistakes, right? You always look at your past. There is a saying which says, look at the past and treat it as a teacher. Sorry, look at the mistakes that you made and treat the past as your teacher, something of that sort. So do not condemn yourself. Be your own best friend, whatever is your story. Yeah, because the moment we become our own best friends, we'll start loving ourselves inside out. We are teaching the world how to treat us. And then, honestly, whether somebody stands for us or no, it wouldn't make a difference because we are there for ourselves. Okay. So I hope, see, the reason why I discussed self love is because self love is a root cause of many, many miseries in this world. The anger that you spew out on people, the sensitiveness that you have that you project onto other people, um, is this, the emotional issues that's within you. You actually project it on other people. Once you accept yourself and love yourself, trust me, everything changes. So now I'm coming to the next point, which is super important. Now, this is a part of spiritual growth, okay? But I always believe that spiritual growth, manifestation, personal development all go hand in hand. So I cannot not do this. There are two things which always keep us in a state of misery. One is judgment, other one is resistance. So, what is judgment? Now, both these topics, they are as vast as an ocean. Honestly, it's not possible to go in depth, but I do want to touch on this. So, what is judgment all about? Just give me a minute. I think I had made a, okay, that's over here. Yeah. judgment to any situation or any person means that you're labeling it either as good or as bad. Okay, now no situation or no person by themselves is good or bad. It's everything is neutral. It's your perception that makes it good or bad. So stop judging. You can start evaluating. Okay, there is a difference between judgment and evaluation. So if let's say I'm walking on the road and if a child is throwing stones on a dog, okay, instead of labeling it as bad and going and chiding the child and telling the child that no, you're being bad and you're being nasty and you cannot do this and all of that, I can evaluate the situation. I can evaluate the situation wherein I can talk to the child nicely, take the child out, say that the dog is going to bite you, or if the dog is a puppy, I can pick up the puppy and keep it in a safer place, or I can let the child's parents know. But in this whole evaluation game, I'm not judging it as good or bad. I'm not getting egoistically involved in that whole thing. The example that I gave is something which is very small, but apply it to your life, apply it to your spouse or to your kids or to your boss. You'll understand what I'm saying. So rather than judging something as good or bad, try evaluating it and then have a response to that situation or to that person. Do not react, respond to that person or to that situation. Okay. Resistance, on the other hand, means not accepting the situation. Okay. So, see, the situation accept. I mean, the situation exists whether or not you accept it. Okay. If you're pushing through the situation, no, I don't want this. No, I don't want this. What you're doing is creating a momentum. Just go read Law of Attraction. You'll understand what I'm talking about. So what you resist persists. Rather than showing resistance, accept the situation, evaluate the situation, and then show the response that is necessary. I hope that's clear. Judgment and resistance, these are two very important ingredients of mindfulness. Like I said, these two topics are so vast. They're like, um, it's like an ocean. So, uh, we will be talking about that later on. If you do have any doubts on judgment and resistance, you can always put it on Facebook group. We will give a detailed answer. Okay, now stop doing whatever you're doing and just close your eyes, like really close your eyes and think of a baby whom you love, maybe your own kids or maybe your sister's brother's kids whom you really adore. Okay, would you tell this baby that you're not good for anything, you're really bad, you don't know how to walk? Would you put all the negativity on this baby or would you allow somebody else to do it? The baby is trying to walk, he or she is falling. So would you actually walk up to the baby and say, you know what, you don't even know how to walk, I'll back your back? Would you do that? No. You would always encourage, right? Yes, you took 2 steps, come on, let's take the third one, right? Yes or no? Yes. This is exactly how you need to be to your own self. There is a baby, there is a child within us. So there are many, sometimes in some people, there are many aspects which are not integrated. That's where you need inner child healing. Okay. However, if you are your own best friend and if you treat yourself with love and respect, treat yourself like this baby, like the baby whom you adore. you know Constructive feedback is good, but criticism is not. So always pay attention to your cassette over here, the the cassette in your head, which goes like, oh, you don't do this properly, you don't look good, you're not capable, you're not worthy, your sister looks better, your friend is taller. Stop it. Change that cassette. It's outdated. So like I was telling you about the inner child healing. Most of us require inner child healing because we have emotional wounds from the past, and it is very important for us to integrate the different aspects, the different aspects or different face of us, and integrate it into the adult that we are. I do offer inner child healing. You can go ahead and check my website, and you'll get more information on that. I'll let you know the website right now. However, this slide talks about that, about the inner child healing. So the next is the assignment. Just before that, I would like to quickly show you my website and show you the different programs that I offer. So that, oh, my internet is running quite slow. Okay, DIPT. Okay, these apps. So I do offer inner child programming along with a couple of other courses. We would be updating to a completely different way of functioning from January. That's 2021. We're going to change our learning management systems. We are going to change all our platforms. So a lot of new updation coming in, but let me quickly check if this loads, and if it does, okay. So this is my website, and you go to programs and you can check out the different programs which is in here. Okay. So that's not been listed. The inner child healing has not been listed over here. However, these are the different programs that I offer. Okay. Now back to the assignment. So let me just cancel this out. Okay, I'll just come here. Okay. So your day 3 assignment is this. I deserve and am worthy of feeling good and loved. You have to write minimum 15 lines about that. So get deep into your own self, get really deep, and write minimum 15 lines on the fact that you deserve you deserve good things, and you're worthy of feeling really good. All right. So I end my recording over here. Like I always say, the amount of commitment that you have towards your own personal growth, and the amount of focus that you have in listening to these recordings and taking the points and imbibing, absorbing it and imbibing and making it your own, that's what's going to ascertain where you're headed and how much of a change you bring about in your life. All right. So I'll just end with that. Take care, guys. Thank you.